So last Friday, Richard mentioned that whoever might want to come out with us, that Streetlight Ministries, former classmates of ours when we were at Karis, they have a ministry where they go out into the community and shine the light of Jesus, and they do different things. Well, this particular weekend, last Saturday, they'd asked Richard if he would head it up, and I don't know if you've heard him talk about using the mirror, which is just a prop, kind of gets people's attention, and they come over and kind of see what you're doing if they're not too afraid. We found many adults who were too reluctant to do that, but those that came. And you basically it's just another tool to reveal who they are and for us to share the love of the Lord and to speak life into people. But you just say, what do you see in the mirror? And they look at themselves and they speak pretty much something about their appearance or what have you. And it gives you the opportunity to say, well, let me tell you what I see. And then you just begin to speak words of life over them. And it's actually just very fun because it's just, we're carriers of the presence of God. We're speaking life to them. We're speaking encouragement to them. So one of the most fun things was, the children are just so much more wide open than we are. We have built so many walls for many reasons over the years, but the children are so easy. And so, they just come right up and we'd say, what do you see in the mirror? And they did the typical, what they visually look like or what they're wearing. And then Richard started with this one little boy who's probably about 10. And he's just spouting off different things. I see a young man who's smart, and who's creative, who's imaginative, and all these edifying remarks and adjectives. And I tell you, watching him, I felt like he was about to burst out of his skin. You just see he just was smiles ear to ear, and he just goes, "Oh my gosh, I love this. This is so much fun. Hey, come over. You gotta do this. Come get in line." And then his little friend comes, and we do the same for him. And they're just eating it up. And I just thought, I was just so aware. I mean, probably many of us can think about. I know I can. There's sometimes someone that spoke a word to you a very long time ago, and it's like still sticks with you. I mean, it was something to hold on to that gave you hope when a lot of people were maybe giving you negative remarks or discouraging, or you can never do this or whatever. But maybe you had a nice teacher or a nice neighbor or a relative or someone or some stranger like us who spoke things. But I really believe we called out destinies in these two little boys, and then we did it for another couple of young ones. And then another really fun thing, like I said, a lot of the adults, I realize how fearful we are of the unknown. And frankly, a lot of people are afraid of religion coming at them and hitting them between the eyes, because a lot of times people have bad experiences. As soon as you're trying to get them to come over, they're expecting to get repent or else, or something that is not maybe the most encouraging way of approaching. But this is life-giving. Well, anyway, so kind of toward the end of our afternoon, this couple was coming, and very, they're probably in their 20s. She had like half her head shaved, and lots of piercings, and they just looked, and he was, similar. They just looked like very similar in their appearance. And so we said, hey, come on over and come check out our mirror. And they were not hesitant. I mean, they came right over, and we just started speaking things out again to them about her being into photography and creativity, lots of arts and imaginative things. And oh my gosh, they were just like the little boy was, smiling ear to ear, you just saw their countenance change. We did not give them what they expected. That's sad to say. But we didn't give them what they expected. We gave them life. We gave them encouragement. We gave them words of even confirmation. And I was trying to remember as I was sitting there, we confirmed something from the guy, and I don't recall what it was, but whatever we said was right in line for him. And so we gave him a God experience, really. We didn't say a prayer of salvation with them. We're learning about different approaches to reach people and love them and give them life, and we didn't give them what they expected. Well, by the end of this encounter, she comes over and she has this little notebook that has like autographs. She goes, will you write your names? And so we wrote our names. Can I get my picture with you? Sure. I mean, really, it's just, it was amazing. So it was a fun day. So, when we do these kind of things, next time we ask, I really encourage you to come. It really is fun. And this is something we can do every day. Again, just looking for opportunities to speak words of life and encouragement, call out destinies. It doesn't have to be religious terms. I mean, Jesus can work through all of this, and I believe they encountered his presence.